Welcome to Warner's Wheeling About. Just me messing around in my wheelchair and my cars. Hi, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me. This is just a short video, an update about my parking tickets. In the last couple of weeks I received 2 parking tickets. I got 1 parking ticket while I was charging at an Instavolt in a shopping mall car park. And I got a second ticket while parked on double yellow lines in York City near the Yorkminster. The Instavolt charger, I mistakenly assumed that I didn't need to buy a car parking ticket. I charged other Instavolt chargers and I hadn't needed to. My mistake, I suppose. I did look for signs. In a wheelchair I wasn't able to see anything, and I suppose I could have pushed myself halfway around the car park in my wheelchair, and I may have been able to find a visible sign somewhere, but where I was parked I couldn't see any signs telling me don't forget to buy a ticket. Anyway, I contacted the company through their online appeals. They are called civil enforcement. It's a good strong name, isn't it, to make you think that they are some kind of security service. Well, they're not. They're just a management company, and they send you an invoice, and if you don't pay it then they can try and get it off of you in another way. But what they do have is access to the DVLC to get your name and address and that kind of thing. So I received the letter. I was given a £100 penalty, but reduced to 60 if I paid it in 14 days. I went through the appeals system and I explained that, I didn't see any signs, and that because it was an Instavolt, I believed it was not required. And I got the standard template reply saying, you didn't buy a ticket, you've got to pay your fine, etc, etc. But essentially you don't get any form of contact. You've got a form that you can fill in, and that's it. They don't give you any way to communicate with anybody with any reason. Okay, so if you do want to fight it, you've then got to go through all the process of taking up your time, writing, complaining, getting legal advice or whatever. And to be honest with you, I didn't really have time for that. I'm trying to make these videos, and it just wasn't on my agenda. So I paid the £60, the reduced price within 14 days, but I did contact the shopping mall's PR department, the company that own and run the shopping mall. I contacted their PR department, and I explained to them that I'm no longer going to be going there. I shall be going to Tesco's, where I can get everything else that I need there park free and get a free charge. Anyway, I was quite surprised when they came back to me and said, we're very sorry about the misunderstanding. We can't reverse that ticket now it's been issued, but we can give you £30 of vouchers which you can spend in our shopping mall. So, okay, that's very considerate of them. I think they understand it was a genuine mistake, and so I'll let it go there. I'll be much more vigilant and won't make that mistake again. The second parking ticket was in York City. I've got a blue badge. I'm allowed to park on double yellow lines. I found a place with some double yellow lines and I parked there. Now apparently it was a no parking zone. I didn't see that sign, and eventually when I did look for it, I found that it was hidden behind trees pretty much. When you're in a wheelchair and you look up, you don't see it. You just see a glimpse of a white sign on a pole. No idea what it was. It certainly wasn't the usual yellow and blue sign, which I'm familiar with anyway. The thing is, there are hatch lines on the curbstones. So in addition to the double yellow lines, you get a triple hatch line on the curb. Well, this was on cobbled stones, and again I'll put pictures here for you to see. So there were no curbstones, and I certainly did not see any hatch lines. If I had, then yeah, I wouldn't have parked there. I'd have tried to find somewhere else, but there was nowhere else to park. that day was the graduation ceremony in the Minster for the university, and all the car parks were packed. I couldn't find anywhere else to park. Anyway, I got a phone call while I was wheeling around in my wheelchair by the Yorkminster. I got a phone call. Hello, is that Mr. Warner? And I was very surprised, you know, who's this, you know. Are you a blue badge holder of the car M121CSE? And I said, yes, I am. Where are you? They asked. I thought, this is a bit odd, you know. Why do you want to know where I am, you know? I said, I'm in York. They said, well, where's your car? I said, my car's in York. They said, whereabouts in York is your car? I said, it's parked by the Minster. And they said, and you're definitely in York, are you? I said, of course I am. Where else would I be? You know, I'm you know. They said, well, your car's being reported by a PCN officer, and there was an assumption that the badge was not genuine, that you you know, not with the car. And I said, well, I don't really understand that. I mean, if you look through the window, you can see I've got hand controls on the steering wheel. You know, I've got my blue badge displayed. I'm parked on double yellow lines. They said, well, okay then. Well, if you'd like to make your way back to the car, there's a PCN officer there waiting for you. So I got back to the car, and sure enough, there was the guy. You know, didn't look particularly different from a police you might see in a riot squad. But he was very nice. He was very polite, and he was quite surprised, I think, when he saw me rolling up in my wheelchair. And he said, is this your car, sir? I said, yes. And your blue badge? I said, yes. I said, what's the problem, officer? And he said, well, you're parked on a non-loading area. I said, am I? And I was genuinely surprised. And he could see that I was definitely surprised. And he said, yeah, it's you know, reserved for, you know, turning and whatnot. So I said, well, where's the sign? And he pointed up into the trees at this sign. And I said, well, I never saw that. You know, he said, well, plus you've got the hatch lines. And he pointed at some faded yellow paint on some yellow stone cobbles, which I couldn't see. You know, and I said, well, I'm really sorry, you know, but I just didn't see that. I wasn't aware that I was parking in a, you know, a place that I wasn't allowed to park in. He said, well, you know, I'm sorry, but I've already issued the ticket now. I said, so what do I do? He said, well, you can you know, you can appeal this. He said, you know, you've got genuine reasons to ask for it to be reversed. So I thought, okay, well, he seems to be genuinely regretful that he'd given me the ticket, you know, because I hadn't taken advantage, and I was who I said I was, etc. So anyway, I contacted York via their usual website form, you know, no possible chance for contact. And I explained in great detail with photographs and you know, detailed explanation of what had happened. And I got a template reply. Clearly nobody had looked at my extenuating circumstances and the photographs that I'd provided, and it basically said, sorry, you know, your appeal has been refused, and if I want to appeal the appeal, I can. So anyway, I wrote a letter to the parking department at York, and I explained that, you know, I'm not going to pay this. You know, I really am genuinely mistaken here, and I feel that, you know, it's not fair, and I would, you know, take this to the courts if necessary. And I got another letter back pretty identical to the first one, saying, you know, it can't be reversed. You know, you blue badge handbook explains that you're not allowed to park in these situations. So there we are. So that one, I'm not going to pay it. I've got 28 days to pay it, and if I don't pay it, then they will decide what they're going to do about it, or, you know, whether they're going to take it any further or not. So we'll see what happens on that one. I'll keep you posted. Okay. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. It really helps me if you can give me a like and share, and please subscribe and ring that bell icon so you're notified each time I post a new video. See you in the next one. Bye.